Hello, I'm David Christman, and welcome to another episode of Film Focus. Today, we're looking at action thriller Haywire, starring Gina Carano and directed by Steven Soderbergh. Haywire is the story of a spy-for-hire Mallory Kane, who is set up and almost killed while on a mission. She must figure out who set her up and why. If you didn't recognize Gina Carano's name, it's not really that much of a surprise. Why? Because her claim to fame is not as an actress, but rather as a mixed martial arts fighter. That means instead of using quick camera work and a stunt double, Soderbergh can just film Carano doing what she does best. But there's also a problem in this. In general, martial artists don't make the best actors, so the plot probably suffers, right? Wrong, actually. Soderbergh fixed the problem rather well by removing the burden of much of the acting from his protagonist and placing it on the supporting cast. And when your supporting cast is people like Ewan McGregor, Michael Douglas, and Michael Fassbender, that works rather well. Almost all of the story is told by the supporting cast or simply showing the action unfold, leaving Carano to look beautiful, stoic, or both at the same time, and punch people. So that's who's in Haywire. But what's it like? Well, it's more spy movie than action movie. Even though there's a lot of fighting and some gunplay, Mallory Kane seems like she's smart enough to know that fighting isn't always the answer. It's not really in the same style as Soderbergh's Ocean's 11 movies, but it has the same feel at times. A lot of the story is ostensibly told by Mallory, but again, Carano doesn't have to actually say anything. In fact, so much of the story is told in flashback that it didn't really feel like a cop-out the way flashbacks normally do. One thing to note is that much of Haywire was shot on location in the various cities that the plot visits. Even though this wasn't absolutely necessary, it gives the film just another taste of difference from most other action movies. When the action is taking place, it doesn't feel like it's a more of the same backlot action sequence, but rather like a real city. It's not much, but it's just enough to give the world of the film a little bit more of a sense of reality. When it really comes down to it, though, Haywire is an action movie. It might have found an intelligent solution to the old problem that having a martial artist as a protagonist means they have to carry the story, and it might have a great supporting cast to do it with, but that doesn't change what it is. Though that's not really a bad thing. The world needs action movies just like it needs every type of movie, and there's a time and place for them all. Haywire will never be a great film, something that will be remembered for decades as an important part of cinematic history, but it can be an enjoyable action movie, and if that's what you want, you'll probably find it decent. Haywire opened in theaters yesterday, January 20th, and will be out on DVD later this year.